This is one of Eufy's latest wireless security cameras, the S220 Solo Cam that records in 2K. What sets this apart from the rest of their security camera lineup is that it has an integrated solar panel within the camera body while still keeping a compact design. You will no longer need to purchase a separate solar charger, simplifying the installation process. This comes in a small box, and inside you will find a quick startup guide that is very easy to follow. You will also find a camera mounting positioning card to help you drill the holes at the right distance from one another for the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket uses a simple ball head that gives you great flexibility on the positioning of the camera. You will need to unscrew this bottom part to get access to the mounting holes. The Eufy S220 security camera has a compact design and it weighs in at 320 grams or 0.72 pounds. The camera has a nice matte finish. On the bottom, you will see the speaker cutout, and right below that is the sync button to help you pair this up. Under this flap, you will find the USB-C port to charge the camera. I really like that they went with USB-C. On the back, you will see the screw threads at the center to mount the camera. The camera lens has an aperture of f1.6, which allows the sensor to take in more light, allowing it to give you a better image at night than most cameras. This records in 2K with a resolution of 2304 by 1296 at 15 frames per second during the day and at night. Since the solar panel is integrated, it makes setting this up incredibly quick. If you're installing this on wood, it will take about 5 minutes to install. You will need a drill and a Phillips driver to install this. If you're planning on installing it on drywall, make sure you use the drywall anchors that are included. Make sure you select an area where the camera will get at least 3 hours of sunlight if you want to take full advantage of the built-in solar panel. Once you mount the camera, make sure that you tilt the camera downwards a little to make sure that the solar panel gets good sunlight exposure. So the security camera has an IP67 rating that will keep the internals protected during rainy days and from snow. This has an operating temperature of -4 degrees to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, connecting the camera to your network is also very easy. You will just need to download the Eufy app. This camera will only work on a 2.4 GHz network, so make sure it is compatible with your network. So to set this up, open the Eufy app and then tap the plus icon on the top right and select battery camera, then scroll down and tap on the S220 Solo Cam. Go ahead and add a new home if this is your first time using the Eufy app, otherwise select the home you already set up, click on next. It would then ask you to enter your Wi-Fi password, so go ahead and enter it. Now go ahead and press and hold the sync button on the camera for 2 seconds until you hear a chime. You will then use the camera to scan the QR code that shows up on your phone.
To the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
And once it connects, you will be done. You can also set this up with the Homebase 3, which is sold separately. The Homebase 3 lets you set up multiple cameras to it, and you can add up to 16 terabytes of storage to the Homebase. The camera itself has 8 GB of internal storage, and it doesn't support expandable storage. Now the great thing about the camera having the built-in storage is that it will still record even if the Wi-Fi is down. Once the Wi-Fi becomes available, you will then be able to view the event on the app. This is good in case the Wi-Fi decides to go down when an incident is taking place. You will still have video proof of the event that took place. So the video quality on this is very good during the day and at night. It has a 135-degree field of view, so it covers a lot of area depending on where you mount it. Since the memory is integrated on the camera, you will need to transfer the videos over Wi-Fi to your device, so there will be some compression. So it won't be the full resolution, but it's still a high quality video. It manages to keep a lot of detail on it with very little noise. The colors are also pretty good. The exposure on this is also balanced. It does very well during sunny days. The bottom section here houses the PIR sensor. So if someone walks straight up to it, it won't detect them as fast as someone walking diagonally from the sensor, so keep that in mind when you're mounting this. So when someone does come into frame, the camera starts recording within a split second and it starts sharp without any yellowish tone. Now when it does start recording, there are some drop frames at the very beginning and you can notice it in the first second. Then it smooths out. So the night vision on this is great. You can see a lot of detail at night, and it's even better if you have some ambient lighting nearby. This camera doesn't have an integrated spotlight, but I don't mind it since I already have some solar spotlights set up. But if you're looking for that, you can take a look at its bigger brother, the S230, and that one has a built-in spotlight. Now something that I wish that this camera had is the anti-theft detection that some of their other cameras have, like the Eufy Cam 2 Pro. So when the camera is removed from its position, the alarm will ring. This is a feature that the S220 Solo Cam doesn't have. Now for the audio quality on this, it is decent. The person standing in front of the camera will be able to hear you well. It won't be very crisp audio, but good enough to hold a conversation with you. And here's a quick speaker test. Testing, 1, 2, 3 testing. This is a quick speaker test coming from the Eufy S220 Solo camera. And this is what the audio quality will sound like out of this camera. So let me know what you guys think about the audio quality. You do have the option to set the speaker volume to low, medium, or loud, and it sounds much louder in person than it does on here. So the alarm on this camera is loud, reaching 90 decibels, so it's loud enough to scare off any intruder. And you can set up a schedule when you want the alarm to be active. And here's a quick sample of what the alarm sounds like. Now let's take a quick look at the application. The app is very straightforward and you will see a snapshot of the most recent app it captured. On the bottom left you can see the battery status and it also shows you when it's charging. You can also see the strength of the Wi-Fi connection on here. On the right side, the small square icon shows you how many events it captured and you can tap on it to view all the events. If you tap on the date, it will drop down a calendar view so you can quickly jump around the days, and you can also select a time range to help you filter through the videos you're trying to get to. When you tap on one of the event videos, you get a couple of options. From here you can scrub through the video and you can pinch to zoom in and out. You can also set the video to landscape mode so it takes up the full screen. You have the option to download the video to your phone, you can share it, and you can donate it. I know this sounds kinda odd, but when you do this, you give Eufy permission to analyze the video log and the video itself for some improvement. And you can also delete the video from here. Now when you tap on the video from the home page, it will take you to the live view. Beneath the live view video, you will get a couple options. You can manually start recording, you can take a screenshot, and if you press and hold on the mic icon, you can communicate through the security camera. You can mute and unmute the speaker. If you tap on this icon, it gives you more options, and you can disable the auto night mode, you can manually sound the alarm, and you can also go to the settings. Now if we go back to the main page and we tap on the three dots on the right side, it will give you the settings options and the ability to snooze the notifications. You can snooze notifications from 30 minutes up to 12 hours, and this is good if you're going to be working on something right in front of the camera and you don't want your phone to be bombarded by notifications. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the settings, and here you will get a more detailed view of the battery percentage and the signal strength. From here you can turn off the camera and turn it back on. Under motion detection, you can set the detection sensitivity. I have mine set to 5 and I noticed that I don't really get that many false notifications. It has been working out well for me. And this lets you decide if you only want it to start recording when it detects humans or if you want it to record all motions. I like to keep it on all motions just in case someone decides to start crawling and pretend they are some sort of animal to avoid being detected. You just never know. You can also customize the activity zone from here. It gives you an octagon shape that you can reshape and you can set it wherever you want, and when motion enters that area, it will start recording. You can also do the motion test that lets you see which sensitivity works best for you, so you can play around with that. Under the video settings, you can set the streaming resolution to high, medium, or low, or you can let the system decide for you when you set it to automatic. I have mine set to auto since my internet is not that great, but it has been doing a great job on auto. Now under the recording quality, you can select between 1080p or 2K. I recommend keeping it at 2K if you want to get the best resolution and detail. From the settings, you can also enable auto night vision to turn on automatically at night. Now from here, you can also set the privacy zone in case you have the camera aimed in the direction of your neighbor. You can block out certain areas with a black box if you don't want movement from there to get recorded, like for example a window, that way you preserve your neighbor's privacy. So this security camera works with Google Assistant or Alexa, but only on smart display devices. If you don't have a smart display, you can just ask your assistant to cast it to your smart TV. So this security camera has a built-in 6500 mAh battery that will last you about 3 months on its own, depending on how often it gets triggered to record. With the 0.9 watt solar panel on top, this will keep the camera running forever. The solar panel only needs 3 hours of sunlight exposure to fully charge the camera, so you won't ever need to remove the camera to charge it. According to Eufy's data, it converts about 25% of available sunlight into solar energy, which is about 51% better than the competition. In the app, under the dashboard section, you can view the battery percentage trend, solar charging efficiency, and it gives you a graph of how many milliamps it charged that day. It also shows you the total solar charging efficiency in case you're interested in that. From the settings, you can also set the power efficiency. You have the option of optimal battery life that limits recording up to 20 seconds and adjusts the detection frequency to save battery. There's also optimal surveillance mode that favors a longer recording time of 60 seconds with faster detection time. Or you can set up your own custom one. From here, you can set it to capture up to 2 minutes of video with a detection interval of 5 seconds up to 60 seconds. With the solar panel, you don't have to really worry about the battery, so you can set this to record for the max time for every 5 seconds apart, and you can set the detection sensitivity to very high, so it detects the slightest of movement. Now for the notifications, you have the option to have it just send you a text, which is the most efficient, and it sends you a text within about 4 seconds. There's also an option to get a thumbnail preview included that sends you a notification within 10 seconds. Now the middle option here sends you a text first and then a thumbnail preview if available. Now this has been averaging about 8 seconds. Overall, this is by far my favorite type of security camera. It is quick to install and I don't ever need to worry about charging it. The video quality is sharp and clear, and the best thing about the security camera is that it doesn't require a subscription to view your events. So I would highly recommend you pick one up. I will leave the link in the description with a coupon code that takes $30 off. Alright, so that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and feel free to drop a like if you found the video helpful, and subscribe for more tech related videos, and I will talk to you on the next one.